All right.
What's going on, everybody? And thanks for tuning back in to another episode, Florida Prison Talk. As you know, this platform interviews a lot of Dominicans. The Dominicans show me a lot of love. Dominicans are going to be on this platform forever.
Oh,
this
forever.
episode right here, we coming straight out of the Dominican Republic. My man is in the Dominican Republic right now. He's done time in the New York State Department of Corrections, and he gonna tell his story from his perspective. Introduce yourself, bro. Tell the people where you from.
Well, first of all, I want to give a thanks for you to allow me for this opportunity. You know, for like that we could show love. It's not even about Dominican. It's about, you know, the Asiatic black man. It's about the black man, and we all the same. You know, it's not about racism. It's just a movement. Yes, my name is Eric. You know, but they call me the system Felony. I did they gave me a 12 years bid. I did 10 years of that on the New York State, Rikers Island, Sing Sing, Elmira, Clinton, Attica, Wendy's. I've been all over.
Damn. Max.
You know, but I always say thank God, you know, that, you know, I don't got no scratches in my face, no stabbings, because when you know how to move in a system that is already here, then you move, there's no problem, you know? Give a shout out to all my limes, all my bros. They know who they are. Franco, I'm saying, rest in peace, Caballo. It's a lot of people. It's not just the Trini, it's about, you know, the homies, you know, a couple of Crip dudes too that they put it in. Let's not forget the Crip dudes, they put it in. Hollywood, Little Haiti. It's a lot of people out there, but like I said, it's not, nowadays, it's more as a fashion. Back in the day, it was more as a family, as a unity, and some people just get down for protection, you know, but me, I just did it because I love the culture, you know, and that's what it is.
All right, I like that introduction, bro. I love it, I love it. Let's go, briefly, because on this page right here, I like to speak on the crime that led you to the Department of Corrections briefly. I like to spend a lot of time in the Department of Corrections. So briefly explain how old you was and what crime led you to the Department of Corrections in New York.
You know, I'm from the Bronx. You know, Bronx people, they like to shine and get money. I went in incarceration when I was 25 years old. I had a kidnapping and extortion charge, kidnapping, extortions, couple of robberies and handguns. But I beat the handguns and I beat the extortion. They just give me in the robbery, but they gave me with the kidnapping. They gave me a kidnapping second, and they gave me 12 years, and from there I did 10. You know, that's how it is.
Okay, got you. So I'm assuming you being from the Bronx, you went through Rikers Island.
Yes, I went to Rikers Island. I went to C73. And you know, that was my first time in Rikers Island because I did juvenile, but that's juvenile. But when you hit Rikers Island and you go to the 3 buildings, like, wow, you know, it's like a big movement. You know, the 3 building is like a more Spanish building, like Bronx, Washington Heights, and stuff like that. Brooklyn, not that much, but it's more Bronx and Washington Heights. So when you're in the streets and you're making noise like me, it's like everybody know each other. So I had it easy in the 3 building, not because of the people that I knew, but, you know, people knew that I put in that work. You know, I was not affiliated at that time. I was just neutral, just doing my thing. I was more hanging around with some Bloods and some Crips in New York. You know what I'm saying? I've been to Chicago and I hang around with, you know, different people, folk, GDs and everything. But when I stepped in C73, it was like, wow, it's like the streets, man. Like, wow, like it's a lot of movement going on and stuff like that. When I was in C73, I did a year there. In 6 months, when I was there for 6 months, I caught a new charge because I got caught with a banger. I got caught with an ice pick. It was a war going on with some Mexicans and some Salvadorians, the Mexican mafia and the MS-13 dudes. So they had a lot of bangers. So I took a banger when it wartime. I took a banger to protect myself, you know, because when I was in the house, I didn't fuck with people because I was there by myself and I really, you know. And somebody snitched on me that I had a banger. So that's when the police came and they took me and I went to the box and stuff like that. Yeah, it was a crazy time. I did 6 months in the box. Then from there, I got sentenced and I went up north.
Oh, coming back up a little bit. So when you was at Rikers Island, what kind of things is happening at Rikers? What riots happened? What organization was at war when you was there?
When I was there, it was more the Patrias against the Muslims in the 3 building. You know, in the 3 building, the Bloods, they was just chilling, but it was more at that time the Patrias, the Trinitarios, and the Muslims. At that time, they was in war because of certain things and that happened, you know, in prison, in jail. At that time, you know, the Muslims, they're always big and they're always big in all the prisons. They like the largest population ever.
Okay.
Why? Because they take everybody, you know. I'm not downing it. I love the Muslim. It's a beautiful culture. I respect it, but they take everybody. If you're a rebel, they take you. So everyone want to be Muslim to be protected, you know. But the Patriots gave it up hard to them, though, that they say, you know, we don't want a war, you know, because at C-73 is a Patria building. So it was a lot of Trinitarios all over them in every house.
Okay.
In every house.
Okay.
But yeah, it was the Muslims in the Patria at that time, 2005, 2006.
Okay. What about the phones? Was the phones a problem when you was there?
Oh man, the phones is always a problem in Rikers Island or in any prison, any jail in New York. 99%, I'm gonna say 95% of the problems and the riots and the fights and the cuttings is over the phone. Wow. Because when you are incarcerated, what you want to do, you want to speak to your family. You know, so at that time it was like one phone and you could take the phone and put it in your back pocket. If you ain't cracking or you ain't popping, you can't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? That's why people join organizations, because they can't live. It wasn't my case because my name ring bells all over the place. So like, you know, it wasn't about the gang, you know. I was living Trini when I was in Rikers Island. I became Trini when I went up north, when I went to Sing Sing, you know.
Okay, so you never had a problem using the phones?
No, because I'm saying, you know, I had everything, you know. I had everything. I was going on visits. I was getting my patents, certain things involved, you know. I knew a couple of COs. They work from the town, so they, you know how it is. It's always a movement, you know. Yes. I'm not gonna mention no CO name, nobody's name, but you know, I was doing certain things that I had juice. You know, we're gonna call it juice. And people, what they want to do, they want to smoke bud and want to do whatever, and I had it. So, yo, listen, give me time, here. So I'm not really a phone person anyway.
Okay.
Because I have family in Queens, so that was close to Rikers Island. I get visits all the time, you know.
Got you.
Right.
And that's crazy because you was how long was you at Rikers Island before you went upstate?
I was in Rikers Island for 1 year. I did 6 months in population and 6 months in the box because I got caught with a shank, with an ice pick. So I caught a new charge on that. So I had to go outside of court, get fingerprinted, pictures and stuff like that. Then when I got sentenced, I went up north from the box.
Okay, it's weird because you say you was there a year and you didn't join. But the Trinitario was trying to get you to join that Rikers. Why you didn't join that Rikers?
Because I was Hispanic, but I was more close to the black people. You know, I was always around the Bloods and things like that because my brother and my family, they're all Damu, they're all Bloods. You know what I'm saying? And so I knew all of them. I knew the heavy hitters. I knew all the big homies. So I was always around them until, you know, until I went up north. So when I went up north, it was a different story. I started studying what was Trinitario, and I found a lot of important things because I'm Dominican. So it like I said, it's not a racist thing. It's not about that. It's about finding your roots. You know, finding who you are. You know, and that's what happened with me. They opened my mind. You know, all the old heads that do 25 years already locked up in prison. They said, brother, this is who you are because this is what it is. And now I'm just, I'm studying, but I was always chilling with the Bloods, you know?
Okay.
Even when shit popped off when I was up north with the Trinis and the Bloods, I was always the man in the middle, say, yo, chill, we gotta chill. Let's negotiate certain things, you know?
Yeah. Okay, and the last question about Rikers before we go upstate. It's about another organization. I keep on hearing that the Crips can't live nowhere. How was the Crips living at Rikers when you was there? Were they able to live in the dorms? Yeah, the Crips had their own house, you know? Oh, they did?
That time, I believe it was like two upper or two lower. They had some people in the Beacon. They had certain houses in the Beacon. And also, only the Beacon. That was, if you Crip, you tell them who you Crip, you go to the Beacon. And that's like the Crip building. Not all Crip was getting pushed out. Nah, that's a lie. It was Crip dudes that was pulling it in. You know what I'm saying? That was pulling it in. You know, I told you Hollywood was pulling it in. Little Haiti was pulling it in. It was a dude named Main Event that was in the box with a dude named Dynasty. That was Crip dudes that was pulling it in, you know? See, the thing is here that it's not about the number, it's about, your heart. how you give it up, And of course, your gun game got to be crazy with it because there's a million Bloods, but it could be 10 Crips, but I seen Crips giving it up crazy, especially on top. I go talk to you about a war that happened in Sing Sing that it was ridiculous.
Speak on that before we speak on that right now. Speak on that before we forget. Yeah.
So that's how it is, though. The Crips, they got their own house and their own building in Rikers Island called the Beacon. That's their stuff. It was there, and I believe it was too lower. I don't remember that much because, like I said, I wasn't really affiliated in certain organizations. I just hear things, some shit popped off in this. The Crip blood blew up, but it was not really like I was involved with these people,
Got you. And you was getting ready to say something about the Crips at Sing Sing. What you was about to say?
Yeah, when I was in Sing Sing, it was a war that popped up because Hollywood came in the building. So the Bloods dudes over there, they want to get their points up. They want to get they strap, like they say, and stuff like that. So Hollywood came in, and it was another dude named Little Haiti, short guy with dreads. He was crazy with the razor. And it was a couple of big homies there. Shout out to the homie Scar Brim, he was official. He was there, and it was like 20 Bloods against they 2. And nothing happened to them. Hollywood knocked out like 7 of them. And Little Hollywood and Little Haiti shot like 3 or 4 of them. So Blood dude was shut up, but they kept it moving, but then then somebody put the pin and shit got wet out, and then everybody got shipped out. So at that time, I was watching TV with the Trinitarios in the court in Sing Sing. And when we heard all that shit, I'm like, oh shit, look at that. And I experienced that with my own eyes. It was like a movie, man.
Damn.
Yeah, it was like a movie.
Okay, we leaving Rikers, we going upstate. Besides the reception, you probably went through downstate? Is that where you went?
Yeah, I went to downstate. Right.
Okay, what was your first permanent institution?
From downstate, I went to Sing Sing. From Sing Sing, I was there for 1 year. And they got me up out of there because it was a room that I had a lot of drugs, and I had a CO chick that she was bringing everything in. So people was dropping kites. I was the only dude who had a Gucci belt in Sing Sing. It was me and somebody else. I believe some brother named Pimp, pretty boy dude named Pimp. He had a Gucci belt and had a Gucci belt. And prison is prison, but there's prisons where you could be like, you know what, I'm chilling here. I live like 20 minutes away from Sing Sing. The visits were proper. It wasn't a problem with the phones because at that time, since he had like 7 or 9 phones, so everybody had their own phone, But I got kicked out of there. From there, went back to downstate. From downstate, I went to Clinton. I went to Clinton, Maine. When I got to Clinton, Maine, I met the brother Jiggity. Shout out to the brother Jiggity. He got like 28 years in. That's when he grabbed me like, yo, listen, right now we're in war with the Bloods. You can't be on that middle thing because what you gonna do? I said, I want to stay neutral, man. I said, I respect everybody. He said that he said, this is a new school here. This is for the big boys here. He said, I know what you do. I don't care what you do, but you got to choose. I said, I can't just go here and go there. That's not my style. I like to be my own man. I'm my own wolf. Well, you can't do that here because even you Hispanic and you fuck with the Bloods, if you're in blood, you're going to get shot. I said, for what reason? I'm just doing my thing. I said, listen, I'm not new at this. Look at your number. What you mean? I said, then I thought about it. So he got me into the wind because I was a wild coyote. I was wicked. You know what I'm saying? When I went to Clinton, I was wicked. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's a different story now. Clinton is a different story. So now I was turning into a wolf. So he told me, listen, young blood, man, you got bullshit time and just go to school, study, and that's it. That's when I listened. I started going to school and studying. I was still getting my visits. I got my first trailer with my wife. Got the bag crazy. Went back to population. That's when the problem started. Bruce trying to get me for my bag. I shot somebody. Boom, boom, boom.
Hold on, back it up real quick. Explain that, how they try to get you for your bag. Walk the viewers through that, how that happened.
Yeah, Deuce ran up on me like, yo, you got to pay a tour. You got to pay your way. I said, what you mean I got to pay my way? He said, yo, you got to give us something. We starving here, you know what I'm saying? I said, listen, I show love to everybody. You know what I'm saying? That was in a round hunter court that happened, that problem. you know. But I knew certain people from the rat hunters that they didn't knew nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? They would knew that they would stop that immediately.
Okay.
So I had the problem with the dude. So I reported it to the brother from the hunters, and I reported it to the Trinitarios. I used to fuck with both of them, with both parties. They said, yo, you got to read life, do what you do. So I shot homie. I pay the bill, you know. But you know, the guy ratted on the ticket. He said that I shot him. They went inside my cell. They destroyed my whole cell. They ain't found shit. They ain't found the scalpel. You know how it is. People just get rid of the scalpel. And then from there, they put me in the box.
So hold on, my bad. Where'd you shoot him at? In the child hall, the basketball court?
No, I shot him in the yard. I shot him in the yard. He was spinning the yard. I went behind him and I shot him. Boom. When I shot him, he turned around. He trying to grab me and I punched him. Boom. That's when
they hit him in the face. Oh,
yeah, I shot him in the face. When I punched him, he opened up, so he was just bleeding all over the place. So I tried to get off him, but the dude was screaming, so I got off him. So they seen it. So they ran up on me. Yo, let me see your hands. They checked my hands. They had nothing on me. They said, go back. When I went back, they said, you ain't coming out. Like around 4 o'clock in the morning, dudes ran up on my cell and destroyed everything. Man. From there, I went to the box. I was there for like maybe 18, 19 days. They sent me to a motherfucking upstate box.
Okay, so you was at...
I did like 8 months there. Okay. I did 8 months for investigation. You believe that?
Damn. Wow.
Without no ticket. Then they served my ticket like 6 months later. That's why I beat it. You can't do that. You got to serve me. So they dropped a tier 3 to a tier 1. From there, I went to Wendy's.
Wendy's another max. But let me ask you this: with the guy you shot, was he a rat hunter?
Yeah, he was a rat hunter.
Okay, and my question, let me ask you about the rat hunter. Are they a tough group of people? Do they get it in?
Yeah, they one of the oldest groups. They get it in. They're the one that are involved with the people that rat, that rape bulls. They're the one who clean them out. But the dude was already high with them. Okay. The dude was doing some dumb shit. He was getting high on dope. You know, he was getting, stealing from people and buying drugs without pay. So they was getting high for that, you know? So they say, you know what? They use me to clean them out, you know? Shout out to my son Pella, another big rat hunter, that he's official. I had a couple of dudes, I'm saying that, you know, that they put in that work, you know?
Got you. And okay. And check this out real quick. As far as the Trinitarios organization, when you join that, are there like lessons they give you to study? Do you have a book you got to study? Do they give you that when you get there?
No, of course they give you paperwork on the history. You got to learn certain codes. You got to practice them codes and stuff like that. Once you learn that, then you get baptized. You know, then you get blessed in because you have a Godfather. You know, so once you get blessed in and you get baptized, then you become a full Trinitario. Once you become a full Trinitario, then you know your duties. You know, if I bleed, you bleed. You know, it's a lot of rules and regulations, but it's an organized family. It's not a bullshit. You know, they don't set trip on the same brother. They don't do none of that like the homies, like the Bloods. You know, but you know, it's nowadays it's different now. Now everybody just doing some bullshit because all the big heads, they the box. Or they went home and got killed or some bull, you know? So now it's like, it's still running official in certain prisons because I've been out for 5 years. You know, I've been deported for 5 years, so I don't really know what's going on. But it's certain people that give me still information because I was one of the heads, you know, saying from the patias. So some people, yo, fellow, how are you, bro? Yeah, some shit happened here. So, you know, I listen to him, but I don't care because it's a prison thing. You know, I'm out here now trying to survive, you know, and do certain things if I go get back to America, you know?
Right. Okay.
I don't glorify it, but, you know, I changed my life, you know, because, you know, I believe that gang is for prison, not for the streets, you know?
Got you.
Especially organizations like that, like Trinitarios and OGDs or whatever, I think that's more prison thing, not outside, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Let me ask you this. So with the lessons and stuff you have to learn in the organization, are those lessons that Caballo wrote out?
Yes, it was certain people. I'm not going to mention no names, but it was certain people that wrote that. It wasn't really Caballo. Caballo was just the person who did the movement, but he had other people that he's intelligent. Caballo, first of all, he was a very intelligent person. I never met him in person because when I was inside the joint, he'd been in box, because he was a problem. He was a problem mentally and physically, So it wasn't just him, it was more other people that wrote our rules and regulations. And the history, nobody wrote it because the history is on actually books. It's there.
Okay.
So, but they wrote different codes and rules and regulations. Yes. It wasn't really Caballo, it was other people that did it. But with Caballo, he seen it and said, yeah, that's the one. Go ahead. Yes.
Okay. So after you shoot the rat hunter, you go to the upstate box, you said? Let's go from there. How was upstate
when
box?
When I went to upstate box, I did 8 months there. Then they wanted to serve my ticket. So I did an appeal. They dropped it to a tier 1. I don't know why, but tier 1 is like you fucking peeing in your own cell. It's bullshit. They just wanted something on the book, So from there, they shipped me to Wendy's. When I went to Wendy's, you can't smoke a cigarette inside your cell. That's bullshit. They got like a little button that you press, and that's when the stuff come out. You can have no lighter or no matches.
What?
So I ain't like the jail because it was like, more militant. Popped it off, got up out of there. From there they sent me to Elmira.
Okay, let me back up real quick. You say you popped it off. What happened when you popped it off? And what was the situation?
I popped it off on the police.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't play over in Wendy's. They just like Attica. They very, very strict with some. Your pants got to be certain. It's straight militant. It's just like Attica,
Okay.
Same thing with a different. Same thing you could have your chain now but over there you can't do none of that. So I popped it off. I was very strict with it for like 2 months. The only good thing that Wendy has is the commissary that is okay, and it's clean. It's a clean prison. But after that, it's bullshit. From there, I popped it off. They sent me back. They sent me to Southport. Southport box.
Let's because I've been to Southport to visit my brother, and that place, man, it gave me the chills because when I was walking up to the admin building, I heard these guys, the inmates yelling. I could hear them going to the admin building. My brother say they like to shit you down there. Speak about Southport. What was going on when you was at Southport? Were they throwing shit on you? What was going on? Speak about it.